The sun is shining on us MMA fans, Sensei, because we have a banger of a card coming this Saturday, UFC 287, that I think we can announce now here live on the channel that you will be hosting your second Solo Dolo live stream. I'm going to try to make it
Solo Dolo.
I'm going to try to make it in. You boys, you know what I'm saying? We're doing some work with the PFL, so we'll see what capping. But if not, my man Sensei is going to be running that watch party for UFC 287. Make sure you guys tune in there. And today, Sensei, we're going to go over the card and pick fights. Predictions on the line. We're all squared away with our punishments. We've all done them. And now we open a new. Let's take a look at this main card for UFC 287. Some bangers, Sensei. And we're going to pick every fight. So let's start with Raul Rosas Jr. and Christian Rodriguez. Anything you know about my boy Christian here?
I don't know much about Christian, which means this looks like we're just feeding him to the wolves.
Could be. He's 25, 8-1 though. This is,
This is true. Actually, you're right. You're right about
you know
that.
What I mean? So, new kid on the block, but still a guy that 100% is going to be dangerous for Raul Rosas. We know that Raul Rosas, one of the youngest fighters in UFC history to come in and win a fight. I think he is the youngest guy to win a fight in the UFC. Broke.
Yes, that's right.
Vitor Belfort's record. So, with that being said, how does he get this fight done versus Christian Rodriguez? Like I said, 8-1. His only loss coming last year, early in the year, Jonathan Pierce. Again, not too many big-time names we're going to know here, but in his first loss in the UFC, he loses.
Okay, first, now, let me ask you a question. Raul Rosas Jr.
Yeah.
What kind of style fighter is he? What's his style?
Heavy grappler. Super heavy grappler. But you know what?
Look at his wins.
Yeah, look, all submissions, brother.
Face crank against Jay Perrin, which Jay Perrin is a local guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, his first fight was Jay, and he got him pretty quickly. Wrapped him up pretty quick.
You got unanimous decision. You got TKO punches. Then you got rear naked choke. You got an arm bar. You got rear naked choke.
The kid is nasty.
Look at his amateurs. What are we seeing here?
A lot of submissions.
Choke. Another arm bar. Another choke. Now, let's slide over to Christian real quick.
Real quick, like.
Because I thought it said 8-1, right?
He's 8-1, yes.
Okay. Lost a decision, but he won. Choke.
Anaconda choke. Okay.
He won via position for submission.
That's probably a body lock turned wrong or something. That's got to be like a body triangle that turned into. Remember when who was it? Anthony Pettis tapped to a body triangle once. Same with Tyron Woodley. Broken rib, tapped to a body. Could be. You know what I'm saying?
Some submissions in there. A lot of submissions in there.
Yeah.
Right? Look at that right there. Look at that highlight. Just go.
Talk to me nicely, bro.
And now here's the thing. When you scroll up, right? Let's look at you want it's going to show it?
Nah, sure dog.
Yeah,
you know how it go.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So I have this interesting theory. Let's look at his. It doesn't apply all the time. Okay. But show a picture of him. Look at his physique. Okay. Doesn't really stand out. Not like a wrestler's physique.
Right.
Not like the kickboxing boxer shredded physique.
Right.
He's got a more that grappling, maybe jiu-jitsu style physique, right? Nothing crazy, right? But just, to me, more grappling style. And I don't know. That means he's going to be grappling for grappling with Raul?
A little tough, man.
Doesn't seem like a path to victory for me.
Yeah, listen, I think Raul Rosas Jr. gets this win, and I think he gets it fairly quickly. I'm gonna say he gets out of the first round here. Has a little bit of adversity, you know what I'm saying? Has to work for it. But I do think he gets another submission win here. I'm gonna say he's been cranking arm bars, man. But I'm gonna go with rear naked choke, Raul Rosas Jr. round 2.
Dang, I was just thinking too. I was like, probably choke round 2.
Hey.
So, let's do this. When we have the same person, because we gotta, when we do the wager thing.
I like it. No, I like it. Let's go.
Yeah, we pick the same person sometime, and we tie, and we have no chance. No, we need to make sure we're good.
Okay.
So you got choke second round.
Yep. Let him cook.
Let's go And if you don't get the submission right, the round is more important, we'll say?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll go win, round, method.
All right. Victorious.
Okay.
Raul. Round 1.
Ooh.
Armbar.
Okay, round 1 armbar. There it is, folks.
Early, before they get all sweaty.
There you go. Where you lose that
Sneak
grit.
one in.
All right, our next fight.
What?
Sorry. Crazy. Check my phone real quick. Okay. Next fight we have Kevin Holland and Santiago Ponzinibbio. If you haven't seen Sensei, Kevin Holland's been going back and forth with fighters once again on fight week. He was also seen DMing Santiago Ponzinibbio. Hey man, let's maybe not cut weight. Let's come in at like 178, 185. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
So I think that was a little bit of a troll, but
Kevin Holland is my spirit animal. That's like what I would be if I was a professional fighter.
actually, what do you think about this fight, man? What Kevin brings is very good striking, right? Very good kickboxing.
Yes.
The grappling has always been something he struggled with against high-level grapplers. Ponzinibbio, a great jab, sometimes an even greater eye poke.
A striker himself, right? But
Yep.
look at those ears. Never mind. What am I talking about? What the heck?
Yeah, he's got some of the grappler's ears as well. He's got 6 submissions, 16 KOs, and 7 decisions on his record. Beat some big names though, man. You know, he's lost to some tough guys. He's beat some tough guys. Beat Neil Magny. Beat Mike Perry. Beat Gunny. But also lost to Jeff Neal, Michael Pereira. So it's been there at that kind of.
I see him as more of a striker, right? He leans to his striking
Yep.
more, and he's got super slick striking, but
He's got some grappling. He's got some.
He does, yes. I mean, everybody does now, but he's not like a specialist,
right?
Though. Like you're saying, he's a well-rounded guy. But I like Kevin in this one, man. Kevin's he's a creative guy.
He is.
You know, so unless you got something to really,
but
you got something special to match against him, I don't know, man.
I'll argue this because he is very creative, but sometimes that gets Kevin into more trouble than it's worth. And guys like Marvin Vettori take advantage of that in the decision. Guys like Derek Brunson, who grappled him, to be fair, but still,
right.
Guys that are more so grounded, and there's not necessarily a ton of special stuff that they do, but what they do very well. And I think Santiago Ponzinibbio is that same kind of guy. He's very good with his jab, very patient, doesn't get outside himself, doesn't swing wild.
Right, super sharp.
I think I'm going Santiago Ponzinibbio in a decision win here, where Kevin either gets outstruck a little bit with the jab and then gets a little over-aggressive, boom, takedown, and we get ground control for a good majority of the time, or on the feet, Santiago maybe surprise him a bit.
I got Holland. Round 2, lands a knee, and then TKO via punches, bro. I'm going crazy.
Okay, buddy. I like that. You're really going for it this time.
Yeah,
okay.
It gets funky with it, and then knee. Boom.
Sensei. This one's going to be personal for you, I know.
Oh, yes.
Rob Font, Adrian Yanez. Talk to me, brother. What does Rob Font do very well?
Is this Rob's first fight since Aldo? No.
Let's take a look.
That's the only thing I can think in my head, man.
Nope. Vera. Cheeto. I think this is the one
that was the one I was thinking about too, was Cheeto. 2 very tough fights, man. Aldo and Cheeto.
Back to back, brother. I mean, to be honest, Rob had gotten himself there with big-time wins, right? Simone.
Yeah, man.
Marlon Moraes, Cody Garbrandt, Sergio before he left, you know? But he's in that spot now where, for Rob, this is a hold-your-place spot, right? Because Yanez is very talented, up-and-coming guy, but this is probably the biggest name on the roster that he's fought so far, right? You have some big-time wins here. And look at this streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row.
Ooh.
This kid's dangerous, man. He's got hands,
and
too.
How's he winning?
He's got hands, buddy. KO, TKO. Decision, TKO.
We might see a boxing match. You know, Wave.
Yes.
You were just with.
I know.
We were just with the boxing coach, getting some work in.
Rob's jab is dirty, bro. His jab is nasty.
Rob is super technical, right? And you know what that New England cartel, they're very creative. They're going to punch. They're going to switch stances. They're going to give you different looks. There's going to be variety.
Yep.
Nothing like crazy. We're not going to get any spinning stuff or any like wild stuff, right? But you're going to get a lot of simple variety.
Right.
The elbows, the knees, the switching of the stances, this little angles, but keeping things simple.
Yeah.
But I do worry when you say about a guy who's explosive because we've seen him, guy with like Cheeto who's creative, who can hit hard. Then you got a guy like Aldo who, I remember when I was watching that fight, Rob was doing a good job. He was landing the jab. He was doing great. But Aldo's that guy who's so twitchy.
Yeah.
And he's explosive.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was just kind of like doing one of these the whole time, like kind of like cringing because I was worried that Rob was going to get caught because in that moments where Rob is being slick and slicing through and doing strikes and having success because he's the guy that's all about volume.
Yeah.
Right? But if you land in volume, but you're not necessarily hurting the guy, you're doing damage but not really hurting him.
You're Max Holloway.
And then they can explode, boom, boom, and then you get caught. And, and you saw the damage that Rob took in those fights. But I think, he's a vet, man, and he's savvy. And I feel like since he's had those fights, this is the time to correct. You make those corrections, and Rob now becomes more complete as a fighter. Good defense as well.
Yep.
Right? So I feel like, good hands, though. That right hook. Man, that was beautiful.
He can throw, man.
Hammers.
Bang. Sit him down.
Man, this is gonna be a good fight, man. Because I feel like these guys are just gonna be like, you know what? We boxing now.
Yeah, bro.
I expect this is literally
fireworks. This could be fight of the night, bro. This could be fight of the night on a stacked card. This could be fight of the night. You know what? I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Yes, I got Rob via decision.
It's a good pick, man.
I don't see a TKO. I see these guys going back and forth. I see just like an absolute war, lots of damage. But I think the volume from Rob, and I think what's his name again?
Adrian Yanez.
Adrian is going to be looking to counter, looking to play the game, and Rob's just going to be like, I'm going to be punching this entire time.
Yeah.
Right? And even though Rob may be taking some shots, and at the end of the fight he may look like he took some damage, more damage than the other guy, I feel like he's going to get one of those decision victories where it may not look like he won based off the picture of their face, but he did enough.
Yeah, I'm with you here, man. I think Rob Font wins this by decision. I 100% agree that Adrian will get himself into some firefights, and I think Rob will just get be a little too technical there for some of the wide swings and some of the back and forth. And it's not that Adrian's not able to land. He's going to, like you said. It's just going to be Rob being more efficient with his jab, and I think in the long run, landing the more significant shots as we go 3 rounds. But that one's going to be fucking fun.
Yeah.
Our co-main event, Sensei. Gilbert Burns. Jorge Masvidal. The king of Miami, they say. After D. Wade left, it's between Colby and Jorge, and Colby called the cops, so it's got to be Jorge, right?
Got to be Jorge. Cannot be Colby.
What do we think about this? Because this is an interesting fight. Now that Usman is no longer the champion, and you have Leon Edwards sitting there, both of these guys are essentially, you could argue, fighting for a number 1 slot. And I know that people are going to look at Jorge and be like, what has he done to earn a number 1 slot? Well, this would be it. Right? Even if he lost to Colby, which he did, lost to Usman twice, which he did, Usman's not turning around quick enough. They're going to want to get some variety, right? You lost to the champ twice. You got to go back down and fight against someone else. Jorge's got game-bred beef between him and Leon, the 2-piece and a soda, right?
Yeah.
And Gilbert obviously has been hovering around that space. The Chimaev fight, he went awry, but he did have the win over your boy, Wonder Boy Thompson, so he's right there as well. How do you see this fight going, Sensei?
To me, this depends how Gilbert fights, because I think he can get suckered into a war on the feet, and I think that's going to lean more towards Masvidal. Right? If Gilbert approaches this like he fought Wonder Boy, like, hey, I need to be smart on the feet, but I'm going to do what I do.
Yep.
Right? I'm just going to fight this to the best of my ability and go out and get this victory and not try to force anything and not get suckered into a firefight. I think we got Gilbert. But we know Gilbert's an emotional guy.
Yeah.
And we've seen him get suckered into some firefights. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like if Jorge does his mind games and he can pull Gilbert into that.
Mm-hmm.
I got Masvidal, but I feel like Gilbert. I think this win is less emotional for him, and he really wants to secure this win so he can get himself back into title contention. Because I think this a loss from Masvidal right here will be bad.
Yeah,
right?
this would be
he's supposed to win this one.
I was gonna say smart money, safe money is on Gilbert here. Masvidal, yes, he is a dangerous striker, and yes, he has got a wealth of experience. Look at that man's fights. He's had 51 fights.
Wild. But
when you hear a guy that's 38 start talking about, if I lose this one, it's probably my last one.
Yeah.
And he said
that?
Got game-bred boxing, flourishing right now. Just had Roy Jones. We watched the fight. Got the game-bred MMA, the whole thing. I think this is, like he said, win or die. And I think Gilbert's just too good all around, right? He's not going to, like you said, as long as he doesn't sit there and play the game with Jorge, he's got every tool in the toolbox to beat him. Everyone.
Right.
Ground game. And I know Jorge's got great takedown defense, and he hates fighting these guys, but sometimes you got to win a fight, bro. So I think Gilbert wins.
If Gilbert goes out there and goes, I need to win this fight, I think it's 3-0. It's 3-0.
It's 3-0, yeah. And it's a boring potentially 3-0, but it's a 3-0. And that's what you got to do. Right? You can't be a killer sometimes against guys that are, I mean, it's MMA. You know what I'm saying? You take advantage of weaknesses. So I'm going Gilbert. What did you say, decision?
Yeah, I said unanimous. Do you think unanimous?
I was going to say unanimous too. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go with that. Gilbert, both
I got Masvidal, flying knee, first round. I'm just
kidding. You know what? I went back and watched the Kamaru Usman 2 fight, and he tried it. It wasn't the same, but he tried to stick a knee in there, and Kamaru said, dump you on your head.
Nah, no, bro.
But no, I think you're right. I think Gilbert gets this done in a, again, smart decision. We'll say that. But then, Sensei, we get to our main event of the evening.
Ooh.
Alex Pereira. Talk to me about that.
Fourth fight?
Fourth.
These guys?
Fourth.
Oh, my gosh.
2 in kickboxing, now the 2nd in MMA. Israel Adesanya, the challenger, actually favored right now at a -143. He's 0-3 against Alex Pereira, but
he's favored right now?
He's favored, -143. And
I'm just surprised because of the 0-3. That's crazy.
Well, I think the reason he's favored is because most of those fights, he was winning the fight up until he wasn't, right? And again, it means nothing. I know. It means you lost the fight. But even in the last MMA fight, Izzy's up probably 3 rounds to 1 heading into 5. Like, Alex Pereira knows he needs the knockout. Gets it.
Right.
Fair play. He's the champ. If you're Izzy this time around, what do you do differently? Because I think he kind of leaked the answer, but I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Okay. Yeah, I think when you looked at the last fight, he's like standing there.
Yeah.
Doing his best Anderson Silva impression.
Yeah.
Hanging out like on the cage. Thinking that, I'm winning, so I'm good. And there's a lack of respect for Pereira's power, which is just ridiculous because if it keeps happening this way,
you gotta
keep disrespecting this guy's power. I got him. I know I'm better. And then he starts chilling. Even when he was getting caught, get on your bike, bro.
Yeah.
Reset. Yeah. Right? And he's hanging there trying to dangle his head like, I'm good. Being like slick Izzy. Right? Trying to hang out. And we've seen this from Conor, too. Conor gets caught, and it's almost like it's like an ego thing.
Yeah.
They don't want to exit because it's like they're running from the fight in that moment.
Right.
They don't want to go for their single leg. They don't want to engage in grappling. They don't want to disengage from the fight. It's like an ego thing. And we've seen Conor get caught here, and Izzy has this thing where he thinks that he's better than Alex, and he feels like he knows he's better, and he's winning the fight, feels like he's winning, and then he gets caught, and he's like, no. I'm sticking my foot in the ground. Right? And that's what he's got to not do. He has to just be smart. If you get caught, be smart. Find ways to reset. We saw what Conor did against Nate Diaz, like in the rematch.
Legit was turning his back and like, nope.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? This is what round. I forget what round it was, 3 or 4. He's like, I'm taking this round off, bro. Yep. Like, I need to recover. I need to be smart here and not get suckered into a fight. Right? And Izzy, this is what's happened. So he's got to make sure that he does what he does, but knows that Alex is going to turn up. Pereira's going to get stuck into a corner. His back's going to be against the wall, and he's just going to bite down his mouthpiece and start throwing absolute freaking stones at you,
bro.
and you gotta respond to that storm by getting on your bike, use that footwork, use that agility, and not stand there and try to lean back and trade. Because if that happens, he's gonna get cracked again for the 4th time.
Bro, Alex Pereira's got meat cleavers, man, and his left hook is just ungodly what he does to guys with it. Now, something that's overlooked here is that Izzy, again, you know, you can't go back and change anything. 10 more seconds in round 1, and he knocks out Alex Pereira. Alex is giving him the off the right hand, and that's, I'm saying, like, he's had Alex hurt multiple times in fights and just has not been able to get the job done on the finish. And obviously the round ending is not his fault. It's just happened to be that way. But there are openings. Alex is hittable. He is not technique for technique. Alex will get in and throw and risk more than Izzy will. And that's where the openings lie.
DNA, whatever is in that man's blood, dude, wherever he came from, he's just
it's crazy.
Like the chin on that guy, the freaking cranium on that guy is just like, you can hurt him, but he's just like still there. It's like Terminator, bro.
Bro, he's a zombie at 230 pounds normally walking around.
Bro, what?
Yes, dude. 100 makes the cut to 185. Listen, for Alex, the game plan is more mental than physical. I think both guys know each other so well at this point that the mental game is going to be very key, especially for Izzy too. Like, how do you go in there that 4th time with the confidence to be like, okay, this guy shut my lights off? Well, he had him hurt badly, and he would have shut his lights off, and he has shut his lights off before. How do you go in there and mentally overcome that? We're not talking, I mean, it's not just he beat you 4 times. He knocked you out once and TKO'd you once. It's like, bro, how do we, So that's the biggest thing for Izzy, because from a technical standpoint, he's a better kickboxer. He's better.
Yeah.
He's a better one. But when everything equals out, you have to be able to overcome that mental battle. I'm saying he does it this time, Sensei. I'm saying Izzy gets it done here. Reclaims the belt because he's a bit younger, because now there is no excuse to be like, don't respect the power, no nothing. Bro, this is it. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't beat him this time, it's not going to happen. So I'm saying Izzy wins this. Does he turn the tide on him? You know what? I'm going to say he stops Alex Pereira, bro. I'm going to say he beats him.
Wow.
I'm telling you, he was close to doing it the first time, and I know it's not the same the second time around. Alex can be a little more, wary of it. But I'm going to say he does it, and I'm going to say he does it early. I'm going to say 2nd round, Izzy catches him and puts him away. TKO.
I have round 5. TKO for Alex.
Oh, again, he does it in round 5 again. Okay.
To me, it's
just a matter
I know
of
that
when,
it's like it's just the same thing, but I feel like because the pressure is on Izzy, and I feel like I don't know if Alex just even knows what the word pressure is. I don't know if he's he's just like he's kind of just like walking around and he's like, I'm fighting, and just like I don't think he cares about anything else.
Yeah.
So I feel like the pressure is on Izzy, and I feel like this is what's happened before. I think we're in the same story as before because this is the 4th one. Yeah. So on the 3rd one, it was the same thing. I know I can beat the guy. Yeah. I know I can get him. Okay, I got him now, and then he gets caught. And I feel like maybe he'll have success, or Alex will. Izzy's going to get desperate or feel like he has to press and go win the fight. And I feel like
in those moments,
I forget who said it. I feel like who said it, and it's like you could be the best fighter, or the greatest fighter and beat everybody, but some people just have your number.
Tyson Fury, he said everybody's got their boogeyman, and Alex is his boogeyman.
And I feel like Alex is a boogeyman for a lot of people.
A lot of people, bro.
And he's clearly the boogeyman for Izzy. So I could see like if it was a trilogy, but like 0-3. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it. And you're right. When that moment does come, right, when everything else has been exhausted and that firefight happens, it does feel like Alex wins.
And we're talking about Izzy, but Alex just started speaking English now. So, or trying to.
Figured it out,
but you got to realize his confidence and his mentality, that's not a guy that you want to be fighting with confidence.
No, bro.
When a guy like that is even more confident and is training harder and feels like he's the champ, and he's walking around with that kind of machismo, You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be as patient. You think that could work to Izzy's advantage, but that dude, there's a reason Alex beat Izzy 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, and because he doesn't talk much and he doesn't have a big following like Izzy has, I feel like he gets not a bad rep, but he gets like overlooked. But I feel like if this dude actually spoke more and we knew more about him, because we know he's doing the weight bullying thing, he's a big dude and he's beat one of the best strikers in kickboxing and in MMA.
He's a killer, bro.
Monster.
He's a killer. I think it's better. Honestly, I think it's better that he doesn't talk. I think it adds to the mystique,
it adds
you know?
to it. And you hear the English now? He's like, he like says like 3 words
That's it.
in a matter of like 15 seconds.
Hey, he's trolling Izzy this week too. Have you seen him? He's rocking the Pokemon jackets and the manga shirts or whatever, the Naruto stuff. He's playing with him. So.
He's a scary dude.
Listen, that is our picks. How many fights do we differ on? We main event, Kevin Holland.
The only one that was exactly the same was Rob and Adrian.
The same ones that were the same were Rob and Gilbert. We both said by decision, both of them. For Rob and Gilbert.
Oh, we did.
We differed on stoppage for Raul. We differed on pick for Kevin, and we differed on pick for Izzy. So it'll be enough. That's enough. There we go.
It's enough.
Comment section.
It's enough.
Let us know down below, and let us know punishments for this week's prediction. It don't really matter to me, Sensei. You might as well just get prepared for that element in you, bro. That's what it is. But who wins the middleweight championship at UFC 287? We don't have those answers, but this Saturday, live on stream with Sensei.
Yes.
Guess we'll find out.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.